Hey everybody, this is Nett Thompson. Welcome to Nett's Kitchen. On this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a sour cream pound cake from scratch. I love to bake. I've always baked, starting from a very young age, and I want to share my passion with you as well. And other videos will follow on how to make different recipes for one person. Because a lot of times people have a difficult time cooking for themselves, if you live by yourself. So I'm going to share some real creative ways how you can create those recipes for yourself. So you don't have to go out to eat all the time and save you some money. So getting back to the sour cream pound cake, the ingredients are you need 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of sugar, 1 cup of sour cream, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and salt, 6 eggs, and flavoring to taste. Now, today I'm going to use vanilla flavoring and almond extract. Now, I like my flavor to be really intense, so I use quite a bit, but if you're afraid of it being overpowering with the flavor, try off with like maybe 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon. The taste is up to you. Okay, now also, prior to getting started, I always grease and flour my bundt pan. That's the first thing that I do. And your ingredients need to be at room temperature, because at that room temperature, they mix well together and it bakes evenly, so you'll have a real beautiful and rich pound cake. Okay, let's get started. Alright, now, we need 3 cups of flour. So I've already pre-sifted 2 cups already. Now I'm going to sift the 3rd cup. Now this is the way I make my pound cake. Everybody have a different way of doing things. Okay, so I have my 3 cups of flour pre-sifted. Alright. Now we're going to move this over to the side. Okay. Now, remember, you need 2 sticks of butter. I use real butter. I don't like to use margarine. But even though it's room temperature, I put it in the microwave for a few minutes so it can be thoroughly real soft and melted. So I'm going to pour it in my bowl. You don't want it to be too hot, because if you add your other ingredients to it, it may cook it, and you want everything to cook together. When you're baking in the oven, you don't want your butter to be too hot, but just in a melted consistency. Okay, we have all that. Okay, now I'm going to add my 3 cups of sugar. Now, I use like 2 cups and 3/4, but the recipe calls for 3 cups. But I don't like for my cakes to be overly sweet. So we're going to cream the sugar and the butter, and we're also going to cream the cream cheese together. And remember, there's 1 cup of sour cream. I'm sorry, I said cream cheese, but I meant sour cream. And this is 1 cup. Make sure I get it all out. Okay, now I'm going to crank these together. It's going to be quite noisy. So I start off on my mixer on low speed. And see, when the butter is melted, it mixes so much better. And make sure you stir to make sure the sides are mixed in well. See the creamy consistency that is coming together? And make sure all of it is well incorporated. Now, this is the consistency that you want. See how creamy it is? That's what you're going for. And when you melt your butter, it helps it to become like this. That's what you want. Okay, again, this is how I make my pound cakes. Everybody has different techniques. All right, now, I forgot to add that I sifted my baking soda and salt in with the flour. So all this mixed in with my flour. Okay, now, remember we needed 6 eggs and 3 cups of flour. Plain flour, not the self-rising flour, because the self-rising flour will make your cakes real heavy. We're going for a light texture. Okay, so you have 6 eggs, you have 3 cups of flour. Now, you want to alternate and add your flour with your eggs. So we're going to add maybe a half cup of flour, give or take. And then we're also going to blend that in, and then we're going to add 1 egg at a time. And so I'll do a couple, and I'll finish blending, and then we'll come back. And make sure you push all the ingredients from the side inside the middle of the bowl and mix thoroughly. And I'm sorry that I'm blending from this angle, but I only have one outlet in my kitchen, and this is where I have to film. Okay, so we're going to add 1 egg. It's blending quite nicely. I'm going to increase my speed just a little. Now see how creamy it's getting? Alright, now I'm going to add a little bit more flour. And I'm going to do this until I have add all of my flour and eggs, and so we're going to come back. Okay. Okay, now this is the consistency that you want. Real smooth and creamy. That's the consistency that you want after you have mixed everything and it's almost ready to go into the oven. Now, remember when I was sharing with you that I don't measure my flavor? Well, I'm going to use almond extract, so I didn't realize this hadn't been opened. So I'm going to pour quite a bit because I like for my cakes to really have an intense flavor. And I'm going to, the aroma smells delicious. And I add quite a bit of vanilla flavor. So you might not want this, but this is how I add my flavor. It's quite a bit, but I really want to taste my different flavors. Okay, so I'm going to mix this. Okay. Oh, it smells divine. Okay, so everything's been mixed in really well. We have a smooth batter. So we're going to have a very delicious sour cream pound cake. Now I'm going to pour it into my bundt pan. And so I take my time and make sure I kind of spread it evenly throughout the pan. Look how velvety it is. Can't wait Now, most directions that you see when you bake a cake, it explains for you to preheat your oven. I don't preheat my oven because I find that when I put it in a cold oven, the cake produces a beautiful like crunch top on the cake. So I like that crunchy top on my cake. So I put it in an oven that's cold. I don't turn the oven on until I get ready to actually bake the cake. Again, that's how I bake mine. Everybody has a different way how they bake, and this is Nett's way. Okay, so I'm going to turn the oven on 325. And let it bake for 90 minutes in a cold oven. Okay, so we have 90 minutes. After the bake, we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, the cake is ready. So it baked almost 90 minutes. But I can tell when my cake is ready because I can smell it when it's finished. So, but what I do when it's still in the oven, I'll take a fork, I'll insert it inside the cake, pull it out, and if it comes out clean, that means the cake is ready. Also, another indicator that the cake is ready, when you take your finger, lightly press down on it, if it springs back, it's done as well. So those are two ways you can test to see your cake is done. Okay, so now I'm going to place it on my cake plate. I'm going to remove it. Remove the cake from the cake pan. Place it on the cooler rack. Put the cake pan in the sink. And now I'm going to invert it onto the cake plate. Okay, so I'll take the cake plate, place it here. Now, turn it over. So, here is my sour cream pound cake. Ta-da! Okay, sour cream pound cake brought to you by Nett's Kitchen. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.